run. The first thing is 1 million barrels a day. I don't know if you saw that headline this morning, but 1 million barrels a day. And that is what the Saudis said that they were going to cut from production. And they also got the Russians in on it too. Because remember, Russia has got a lot of natural resources in terms of oil and natural gas. And the Saudis said they were cutting that, and which steps back from assurances that they made to everyone, specifically the United States, a trading partner, that said, hey, everything's cool, we're just going to keep supply at a level rate. Well, over the course of the pandemic and the pandemic recovery, what happened to oil prices is oil prices went way down and then have been creeping back up again. And one of the ways that if you are a country that makes a lot of oil, like, Saudi Arabia, you can make the price go up by stopping some of your production, meaning that the price goes up because there's not enough oil out there to make gasoline, diesel fuel, aviation fuel, plastics, and all the things that come out of a barrel of oil when it is refined. And so by cutting your production by 1 million barrels a day, that's I think 500,000 for the Saudis and another 500,000 for the friends of the Saudis that they said, and you, and you, and you, and it came out to 1 million barrels cut. That means the stock market's probably going to react good because the price of oil is going to go up. But guess what? It could be back to gas prices going up at the pump after several months of it going down.
No.
So, yeah, I heard you. No?
Please, no.
Yeah,
I should have bought a Tesla.
You're going to buy a Tesla. Well, that's not a bad idea. But yeah, I don't know that they're going to spike. But the way it looks right now, gas at the pump may edge back up again with this cut. And we also have a thing called the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and you can Google that later, SPR. And the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is extra raw oil that is held in storage by the United States because it's strategic to our national interest and our economy. It's petroleum, oil, and it's a reserve. In other words, we set it on there. Kind of like the extra tube of toothpaste you've got that you bought at Costco because you had to buy a 3-pack, and you have one of them underneath your sink. That is the strategic toothpaste reserve. Well, this is how we store oil. We store it like that, except not too many months ago, Biden trying to get the price of gas down last summer. Kellyanne's about to be upset this summer, and she was upset last summer at the price of gas too. Well, guess what happened? We tapped into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve last summer, and we used a bunch of it out of there to feed ourselves. And so it hasn't been replenished yet. We replenish it by buying oil somewhat inexpensively when the market's down, and we fill it back up. Well, the president used it last year to make the price of gas go down in America. That's gasoline, aviation fuel. And if aviation fuel goes down, then so does your ticket on an airline go down, in theory. Well, it was all starting to happen, trying to get some inflation under control. A little bit of success, not a lot, but a little bit. But nonetheless, now you've got, we don't have a choice to do it. Last year, we were doing it because of inflation for political reasons. This year, we're doing it because now somebody has said, I don't want to pump oil, and I'm going to pull 1 million barrels back. So, what's really interesting here? And I was being asked, about oil. And they said, well, don't we have oil in the United States? Don't we have oil in the Gulf of Mexico? I see oil derricks there. I go to Houston, I see oil everywhere. You go around Texas, you see oil derricks. Heck, you even see oil derricks on the coast of California in places. And, isn't there always controversy drilling for oil up in, Alaska, in ANWR? And also we pull oil out of North Dakota, out of shale. And if you go further north into Alberta, which is Canada, there's also oil sands. So there's a lot of oil in North America, and North America could be a champion of its own right and be self-sufficient on oil, but that's not the way it works all the time. Anyway, so here we go. And what you can do if you're interested in tracking the price of oil, it's called West Texas Intermediate, or WTI. And do we have a chart? I think we have a chart here. Where is it? There we go. So here we go, and we can scroll up a little bit so we can see the years there. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So you can see in 2022, the price of oil was coming down, but now with the supply being cut, it could go back up. And you can see what happened. There's the COVID pandemic. Everybody's locked down. Nobody's traveling on airplanes. And what happens 2019, 2020? Kawamo! price of oil spikes down and then goes up, 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 all the way back to about $115, $120 a barrel, and now it's been edging down nicely. So, and we're back at, I think right now we're at something like 78 to 81, but this morning it popped up $5 and it's back to 85, and that is a result of what the Saudis just did. So here's a lesson, and the lesson is, for all of us, we got to track key suppliers. And it might seem to be, plain good logic, but there's a lot more that goes to it. It is a busy time running a business. It is difficult to run a business, and it is distracting to run a business. But at the end of the day, someone has got to be responsible for really monitoring cost of key suppliers. And people say, well, that seems like common sense, BizDoc. Well, yeah, it is, but I've talked to a lot of people who have said, well, the price is, we've been doing business with this supplier forever, and the price is what it is. We've been doing business over here. It is what it is. I'm small. I can't get my hands on these things that I need. It's over here. Well, you know what? There is things. But you have to be really proactive, because the economy moves so fast now that the lesson, I think, for today's entrepreneurs and today's small companies is someone has to be responsible for it. And I'll give you an example. I'm on the board of a holding company that is in the music industry. And one of the companies, Walrus Audio, they make pedals. And so everybody in the music industry, and I won't say what they do because a little bit of we want to keep our secrets from our competitors, but with the chips price and acquisition of chips difficult, you have to make some steps there to ensure that you have access to chips and they're not expensive. You don't have to pay to FedEx them and all the things that go with that. But if you are proactive, we have found that you can control costs at least a little bit and have a little bit of success with it. Even with the headwinds of prices going up and things like that, there's not much you can do about that. And sometimes your prices are going to go up a little bit. And sometimes you can't control it. But you always need to be on top of it so that even if you do nothing from a position of full logic, understanding, and fact-based research. So you have to do that to get ahead. It's that's the nature of it. And so when we look down here at the price of petroleum, I'll tell you, I have a Fisker Ocean coming this summer. I've ordered it. I have one of the launch edition Fisker Ocean 1. Early investors got access to that. And I'll split time between that and the Red Rocket. I'll let you figure out what that means. And, recently the BizDoc's old, I almost got shot. You're going to hear it when I say it. The BizDoc Babe had an older SUV that it was time to turn in. The mileage was there, and we decided when we're going to do it. And we went out looking around, so now she's got a new SUV that's also powered by dead dinosaurs. But, I'm going to split time between Electric Life with the Fisker Ocean 1, which I'm really looking forward to, and the Red Rocket. And in the meantime, there's a lesson about suppliers, because things can happen at a moment's notice. Nobody saw this coming, and it was headlines all over the market today, Saudis cutting production.